The Comstock Shepley call tonight. I'm thrilled to be able to welcome you all on Election Day. I hope everyone got out to vote. Certainly a very important election. And once we're off this call, we can go see what's happening in our world. I am just so thrilled to be able to welcome Dr. Carol Watson. Let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know who I am. I'm Gretchen Comstock. I live in Essex, Connecticut with my husband, Woody. And 15 years ago, we were introduced to Juice Plus, and we fell head over heels for the simplicity of this product and the efficacy of it, the safety of it. I always say it's the safest, most wonderful food that I've ever found. And I just love being able to help other people understand what it's about. I am a national marketing director with the company, and this group of people that are on the call today, most of us are here because we all love taking care of ourselves, and we take pride in sharing what we know. And tonight we have one of my most favorite friends that I met 15 years ago, Dr. Carol Watson. She is going to share with us tonight a wonderful part of, actually she's going to go through a lot of our products, but really focusing on our Juice Plus Complete. And I'll just tell you a little bit about Carol because she is going to share a lot of her story along with her slides. And if you, as I said before, if you are not looking at slides right now because you're on your phone and you've called in, don't worry about it because you're going to find that you can just listen and certainly gain a lot of knowledge here. But Carol's background is in nursing, and she spent 18 years in cardiac and medical intensive care unit at the Shands Teaching Hospital in Gainesville, Florida. And in 1995, since 1995, she has focused on prevention as her passion and inspiring, and she's an inspiring naturopathic doctor now, delivering the message of health, healing, and hope to anybody that is lucky enough to meet Carol. She will share some of her own challenges tonight. And what's wonderful about Carol is, besides that she's a board certified member of the American Alternative Medical Association, she is probably one of the most compassionate, heart-centered, generous health professionals I have ever met. And I remember once when I didn't know Carol very well, but I saw her, this is probably about 14 years ago. I remember going up to Carol and saying, Carol, God forbid if I ever get sick, but if I ever did, you'd be the first one I would call, and you'd also be the one that I'd say, will you just come to my house and take care of me? Because there's something so warm and wonderful about Carol. She and her husband, her very supportive husband, Ken, reside in Denton, Texas. But tonight we're able to all gather around with Carol right in front of us. So Carol, take it away.
Wow, thank you so much, Gretchen. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we just make an announcement here before we get started? Anybody that's checked in late, if you can make sure your line is muted, *6 if you're on the phone. Most of the phone lines have done a great job getting muted, but it looks like some that have just called in. Make sure your line is muted, please, so we can have a nice recording.
Thank you, Carol. So Gretchen, thank you again so much for that introduction, and I'll come to your house and take care of you any day. Very, very sweet of you. So welcome everybody this evening. We're just going to kind of jump right in. As Gretchen said, I'm going to be covering the gamut of whole food nutrition, and I'll be sharing some of my story.
Carol, I think you're going to have to unmute. I think the line got muted. Carol?
Okay.
There we go. Just start. You just got unmuted. It's okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in then with my story. And my story starts with the fact, as Gretchen had mentioned, I was a critical care nurse for almost 20 years, y'all, and I was really good at keeping people alive with machines and with drugs. But honestly, I didn't know anything about prevention. And I was quite surprised when I did discover the relationship between nutrition and disease. I couldn't believe that I had never really figured that out for myself. One of the things that really affected me, probably from a very personal standpoint, is that my father died at the age of 56 of sudden death, which is a heart attack, actually in the middle of the night on Father's Day. His father died the same way at the age of 53. And then I have an uncle on my mom's side that died the same way at the age of 47. And my mom and most of her side have died of cancer. So I've got heart disease on one side and cancer on the other side. And what was I doing to reduce my risk? Well, honestly, I wasn't doing much. I pretty much had resolved to the fact that I was going to die the way my father did. I spent all of my adult life obese, morbidly obese, over 400 pounds at the peak of my obesity. And as you can see on the screen, I experienced multiple health challenges as well. This is me at the age of 30. Like I said, I was really good at keeping people alive, but I was literally destroying my own health. I carried a code beeper for a 400-bed hospital. The irony was, yes, I knew how to save you, but I really wasn't taking care of myself. What I had discovered, though, back in around 1995, which was really good news for me, and it's going to be good news for you all too, if you have cancer, heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune disorders, whatever those are that run in your family. Dr. Cadwell Esselstyn, who wrote an amazing book called Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease, says that genes lead the gun. But our lifestyle choices, y'all, are what pulls the trigger. So now I had an opportunity to take self-responsibility to make better choices. So yes, the genetic predisposition was there, but I can literally turn off the bad genes and turn on the good genes with diet and lifestyle choices that I was making. So what I decided in 1995, when I first discovered this relationship between nutrition and disease, is that, first of all, the vitamins that I had been taking all those years that I thought was really helping in the area of prevention, turns out that those vitamins might not be doing me any good, and quite frankly, they could be destroying or taking away from my health because I was mega dosing with man-made synthetic vitamins. All leading health authorities, all the research, Heart Association, Cancer Association, diabetes, they're all recommending that we eat a wide variety of fresh fruits and vegetables every day. Why? Because plants have thousands of phyto or plant nutrients in them. This is a picture of just 400 of the 1,200 plus plant nutrients in one apple. So if I'm taking a vitamin with maybe 20 or 30 man-made vitamins in it, what about the other, 11,970 phytonutrients? I'm missing them. So what I did is, I'm not stupid. I was like, okay, I'm not going to eat all those vegetables. So I started juicing. So from 1995 to 2001, my husband and I literally argued every morning over who was going to get up out of bed and start the chop, slop, and mop routine. There's probably some juicers on the line here tonight. I understand the need is great to get this quality, concentrated nutrition down to the cellular level. My juicer was not very portable, though. And it was very costly. We spent a lot of money. We bought a spare refrigerator, joined a co-op, and literally juiced pounds and pounds of produce every single day until 2001, when my doctor told me about concentrated whole food nutrition in a capsule. And that is called Juice Plus. And that's what I'm here to share with you tonight. Juice Plus comes in a fruit, a vegetable, and a berry blend, and it literally helped me bridge the gap. Seriously, I had two questions when he first told me about it. First of all, how do I get it? And secondly, why didn't I think of this? I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. I always believed that one day my Jetson food would arrive in the form of a capsule because I literally, the only green thing I ate was frozen peas and canned spinach. Now I eat all vegetables, by the way. So what is Juice Plus? What makes it so great? Well, it comes from a variety of 30 different fruits and vegetables and a couple of whole grains, and it's concentrated powdered produce in a capsule. Literally, you can swallow and go and get this nutrition from over a variety of 30. So what is important to know is that we need a rainbow of colors in our diet. A lot of people might be eating an apple or a salad or maybe some broccoli once in a while, but are you getting a variety of all of those colors every day? We need the oranges and the reds, the greens and the yellows, and the blues and the purples. As a naturopath, that is what I was taught. We need the spectrum, because guess what? Every one of these foods, every one of these colors literally has an address in our body. I mean, have you ever thought about, like, how does lycopene know to go to men's prostate to protect them from prostate cancer? How do blueberries know to go to our brain to help us with memory? We have such amazing self-healing bodies if we just fuel them with the right micronutrients. And micronutrients, by the way, are the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, the enzymes. Those are the things that you literally don't see or even think about. And what makes me so jazzed about Juice Plus is that there are now 38 plus published clinical studies validating and documenting at leading hospitals and universities literally around the world that Juice Plus does all of these things in our body at the cellular level. It's also gluten-free, it's dairy-free, of course it's non-genetically modified, and what I was attracted to is the fact that it's a food label, not a supplement label. It is food in a capsule. It's not a vitamin. And it is the next best thing to actually eating a lot of produce. Of course, we want people to eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables every day. Unfortunately, even with the best of intentions, most of us don't. The lettuce turns orange, the tomatoes rot, and the oranges get mushy. That's just kind of what happens in most people's life if you are the average person. The other thing that is really cool about Juice Plus is lots of athletes are attracted to Juice Plus. They need good micronutrition at the cellular level for peak performance. And Juice Plus is NSF certified, which basically means Olympic athletes can take it. What it's certifying is that what's on the label is in the capsule, and what's on the capsule is in the label. So it really is very safe micronutrition. And all of that research I mentioned, oh my gosh, y'all, we would be here all night if I went through everything. So please get with the person that invited you. If you want to dig into the research, it's all on the internet. You can read every study if you wish. But if you're like me and you have a history of cardiovascular disease, or if you've got autoimmune disease in your family, diabetes, anything from rheumatoid arthritis to diabetes to pulmonary disease. These are just some of the things that this third-party research is proving that Juice Plus gets down to the cellular level and helps improve overall health. And that's what we all want. Are there guarantees? Absolutely not. I can't promise you that just because you take Juice Plus, you will never get cancer. But what I can guarantee you, based on scientific research, lots and lots of it, is that we can reduce our risk. And if I can reduce my risk of dying the way my mom and dad have, I absolutely am going to invest in myself and do whatever I can. And like I said, take that self-responsibility. So what happened with me? I've actually now been taking Juice Plus for almost 18 years. It'll be 18 years in January. Over a period of several years, what happened for me is the chronic bronchitis that I got 3 times a year on steroids, antibiotics, and inhalers literally has dissipated. I have had bronchitis 3 times in those 18 years, but I have not needed antibiotics, steroids, and my immune system just continues to get better and better. And we have many studies showing how Juice Plus helps to balance our immune system. The number one symptom improvement, if you will, that I've experienced, as well as millions of others, is energy improvement. And if you think about it, it's because those micronutrients are getting down to the cellular level. Our cells are getting what they need. We are overfed and undernourished. This is providing the nourishment that we need at the cellular level. And the other thing that I've experienced, and many, many others, some of you beautiful ladies and guys on the line, is I have just this healthy glow about my skin. I have lots of people, women especially, that ask me what I'm doing because my skin just literally glows and shines and it's clear. And by the way, for years and years, I had little bumps all over my face, my chest, and my arms. I no longer have that either. I'm going to share a little bit more of my story in some upcoming slides, but I'm going to stop at that right now. So those are some of the health improvements I personally experienced. What happened for me, though, is even though my health continued to improve over the years, I am a food addict. I continue to struggle with obesity. I continue to make bad choices that were not supporting my health. And what I discovered is this complete meal that Juice Plus Company put out as well, that is a plant-based protein powder. It literally has become my guilt-free, no-brainer fast food. And what I mean by that is I don't have to feel guilty for drinking it because it's so good for me. It's a no-brainer because I don't have to think about fixing a meal or obsess on food. And I call it my fast food because I can literally shake and go. It's gluten-free, it's low-fat, there's no cholesterol, there's no artificial flavorings, no colorings, preservatives, wheat, dairy, eggs, no caffeine, no controversial herbs, and it is kosher certified. This is the macronutrition that my body needs and has responded very, very well to, again, along with many, 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 many other people. Macronutrition is the protein, the fats, and the carbohydrates. So we have the micronutrients with the capsules flooding our body with that variety of 30 fruits and vegetables and berries. And then we have the complete powder protein that is providing me with good plant protein, complex carbs, and just a smidgen of fat. And I'm going to share a little more about why I am so excited about this complete and how it worked in my body and how it's working for many others. First of all, once again, it has a nutrition facts label. Again, it's non-genetically modified. It's all plants, 100% plants. There's 13 grams of plant protein in one serving. Notice I said plant protein. There is no dairy, there is no whey, which is highly inflammatory to our bodies. I really encourage you all, if you are currently using a whey protein powder, that you look into that a little further and see the documented science about how dairy, which is concentrated whey, it's literally concentrated milk, it's what rises to the top, highly concentrated. That's why it's got such high content of protein. But it also creates inflammation in our bodies. We do not want inflammation in our bodies. Lots of the studies on Juice Plus shows how Juice Plus helps reduce inflammation. The lower our inflammation, the lower our risk of all forms of chronic disease. The other thing is it's loaded with complex carbohydrates, which are low glycemic. And what that means is the sugars in the complete have a slow release into our bloodstream because there's 8 grams of fiber in every serving. And there's a good mix of soluble and insoluble fiber. Those are the two types of fiber that literally sop up the cholesterol and the toxins and the bad things, and then the broom, which literally sweeps them out of our colon. And I could spend a good hour talking about colon health because my thesis was on detoxification and colon health, but rest assured, you will most likely not find a plant protein powder that has 8 grams of fiber with a nice mix of the soluble and the insoluble. We also have spirulina, which is highly concentrated nutrition from blue-green algae. It has pumpkin and pomegranate powders, ancient grains like the amaranth, quinoa, and millet, and broccoli, alfalfa, and radish sprouts. Now, those are all foods, you all. Those are not man-made things, words that you can't pronounce. These are all whole foods, and it's 100% vegan, loaded with plant protein. One of the things that I like to bring out is that Dr. Richard Du Bois, who is an infectious diseases doctor and an expert in health and nutrition, speaking all over the world, he says to check the PDCAAS of your protein powder. And what that basically is it's a score that evaluates the quality of the amino acids, which are a component of the protein, and that protein's ability to be digested, and those amino acids get to where they need to go for optimal health. Not all proteins are alike. So you want to have a score, ideally, of 1. Well, guess what? Juice Plus Complete has a score of 1, and it's the only plant protein powder that has ever achieved that rating. And that's, again, according to Dr. Richard Du Bois. So let's address the proverbial elephant in the room, because the source of plant protein is soy. And a lot of folks have been misinformed as it relates to soy. Now, what I have done, and I encourage you to do your own research, but what I have discovered as a naturopath is that phytoestrogens, which are a part of the soy, have very high ability to protect women from breast cancer. And that seems to be the big controversy, especially if you have a family history or a personal history of breast cancer. Many doctors are telling you not to consume soy. Well, phytoestrogens, which are found in soy, are very low concentration of estrogen versus our human estrogen. So when we have these receptor cells in our breast tissue that uptake excess estrogen, you've heard of estrogen dominance, that can be a problem that is associated with breast cancer. Phytoestrogens, low concentrated estrogen from plants, literally block that uptake at the cellular level to keep the stronger estrogens from getting into your breast tissue. So there's lots and lots of research that shows that soy foods actually decrease risk of death and recurrence of cancer amongst women. And what you see on your screen is just one of them from the Journal of American Medical Association, which is the medical journal for doctors. And what about the fellas? Well, there's a meta-analysis that was done of 8 different studies around the world, and the bottom line that they concluded is the consumption of soy foods is associated with a 30% lower risk of prostate cancer. Again, that's published in a cancer journal. The thing that you know is that our soy is non-genetically modified. It's water washed, and it is very low processed. So it's very high quality soy. And a lot of people that are allergic to soy are allergic because 90% of soy in America is genetically modified soy. So this is the purest form that you can get, and I really encourage you to give it a try. So let's talk about that willpower gene that I wasn't born with, and how I was able to actually regain my health and lose weight because I started drinking 2 shakes a day. Think about when you drink a Coke, you eat a donut, you have something that has a lot of sugar in it. The sugar spikes within about 20 minutes, and literally within an hour, that blood sugar drops in your bloodstream. When that drop occurs, that's when you are going to run for your addiction food, whatever that is, whether it's a fast food, a donut, a potato chip, a candy bar, ice cream, Coke, whatever that is. And then, so you have a peak, and then it drops again, and there you go again. That's how food cravings literally are developed. The way to stop or reverse food cravings is to keep a stable blood sugar so you don't even have that desire to go for something else. So you want a nice, balanced, even blood sugar. And how do you do that? With low glycemic foods that are high in fiber. So again, the 8 grams of fiber in the complete with the complex carbs helps to keep a nice, stable blood sugar. So I have literally created the willpower gene that I wasn't born with, because both of my parents were extremely obese all of their adult lives as well. I've created that willpower gene by making better choices. Lots of plants loaded in fiber. Juice Plus Complete also can be a healthy breakfast. You know how you're running out the door, you need something fast. Lots of athletes use it as a pre or post workout drink for recovery and for carb loading before they head out. Kids use it as an after school snack. I know moms that have their kids drinking literally up to 4 or 5 of these a day when they're in performance mode. They're practicing, they're performing, they're constantly on the go, and these kids need some good quality nutrition to help them perform. And it's just a great late night snack if that's what you want as well. I mean, who wouldn't like a chocolate milkshake at night, right? One of the studies that I just wanted to mention really quickly, I'm not going to go into any of the other 38, but I wanted to mention this one because it relates to the capsules and the complete. And think about this. For those of you who are still undecided about soy, MD Anderson, the Cancer Center here in Texas, actually did a study on ovarian cancer survivors, giving them Orchard and Garden, or the red and the green Juice Plus, the fruits and the vegetables, and a serving of the complete every day. Do you think ethically that they would be doing that in cancer survivors if it was not good for them? So in this study, there were 2 different groups, and there was no placebo group because that wouldn't be ethical either, because we want to make sure that these ovarian cancer survivors who are very nutritionally depleted because of their treatment, there's a group that ate 10 servings of fruits and vegetables, and the other group ate 5 servings, and they took the fruit and vegetable concentrated powder produce and the Juice Plus Complete as well. 6 months later, the results pretty much showed basically an even result. The Juice Plus group and the fruit and vegetable group all had improved quality of life. They all had markers of phytonutrients, in other words, showing that those nutrients are getting down to the cellular level. But the group that got the Juice Plus Complete with the water-washed non-GMO soy, they had better protein status with no issues than actually the group that was getting the 10 servings of fruits and vegetables. And another really cool thing about this is because they fared so well, MD Anderson decided, let's do a 5-year survival study and see down the road how these 2 groups fare. So there were 27 folks in the Juice Plus group, 24 in the group that was getting the 10 servings of fruits and vegetables, and you can see on your screen the 5-year survival rate and the reoccurrence free. 70% of those were free of reoccurrence in the Juice Plus group, and 60% in the group that got the 10 servings of fruits and vegetables. And you can also see on your screen, and for those of you who are dialing in, I'll tell you, the 5-year survival rate for stage 2, 3, and 4 ovarian cancer, and those were the subjects in the study, stage 2, 3, and 4, it's 35 to 57%. And you might ask why such a big variety? Well, a lot of it has to do with what type of ovarian cancer. It also has to do with what age you're diagnosed. The older you are that you're diagnosed, then the less expectancy that you have. And note that there were no issues with soy, and quality of life was improved. You guys, this is just good whole food nutrition, feeding our bodies what it craves for peak health, bottom line. So for me, what my experience was, is my health literally catapulted, transformed from the inside out. So I've been flooding my body all these years with the capsules. I then started drinking 2 shakes a day, and took on a program that is called the Shred 10, that was created by a research scientist who came up with combining the capsules with the shakes and making a few dietary changes, shredding some bad habits while we're shredding some pounds and regaining health. So it's not just about weight loss. As you can see, even on your screen, all the improvements that I experienced. Yes, I've lost it since April of 2014 when I started this program. I've now lost 125 pounds. But to me, what is so amazing is that I am so grateful that I feel good in my own skin. Who doesn't want that? I have less inflammation. I was having some arthritic thumbs. I have mild asthma from, oops, I misspelled asthma. I have mild asthma from all that bronchitis that I have, and it's significantly improved. My husband loves the fact that I'm more emotionally balanced because my moods aren't going up and down with the sugar, y'all. You have a much more emotional, stable relationship with others and yourself when we have a nice, stable blood sugar as well. So that just is one picture kind of showing you the transformation for me. So with this shred program, just to, like a really quick overview, what we're doing is we're shredding food, we're shredding toxins, and we're shedding habits that are not serving us well. And almost every single person that I personally have sponsored, and so many others, y'all, around the world are experiencing significant results with a few dietary changes, drinking the shakes and adding the capsules to their diet, drinking their water, getting some sleep, starting moving. When I started out, by the way, that was a picture of me playing pickleball, my new sport. I was never an athlete. I've been obese all my life, you all. This is like a whole new life for me. I couldn't even walk one block without getting short of breath and breaking out in a sweat. That was a big, like, drawing the line in the sand decision for me, why I decided in April of 2014. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was sick and tired of being lagging behind. I was tired of being short of breath and sweating everywhere I went. And I said, this is it. I am committing to this not just for 10 days, but I am creating a lifestyle. And I have indeed created that lifestyle. The cravings literally have dissipated. I'm making much better choices. I'm not perfect, but I mostly eat gluten-free and dairy-free. I have a cup of coffee sometimes. I'm not 100%. Mostly don't eat any processed foods at all. And I still sometimes snack after 6 o'clock. But the bottom line is the program itself really goes to work at the cellular level to help get you the results you need. The other thing is there's amazing support and resources. So what I would do is invite you to go to shred10.com to learn a little more. There's videos there that you can watch. Get with the person that invited you. We have a shred guide to support you with menu plans and recipes. We have videos to help support you with exercise, with how to shop, with how to eat out. I mean, and it's all free, complimentary, along with you becoming one of our Juice Plus customers in our Shred 10 program. And we have private Facebook groups where you get ongoing support as well. So please dig into that and check it out. Again, I want to make it clear this is not just about weight loss. Lots of athletes do this program because they need to shred the toxins for peak performance. They might lose 2 or 3 pounds, lose fat, and gain muscle. Isn't that what we all want? I'm telling you, I know that I burn calories so much more efficiently than I did before because I walk 4 to 5 miles a day and I play pickleball most days. And I'm consuming quite a few calories, quite frankly, mostly plants, but I eat a lot. I'm all about abundance, not deprivation. And this is just my most humbling and authentic post, and honestly kind of embarrassing to share. But this was me, my blue jeans at size 26. And now, and Chico's, I get to wear a size 12. And with a few more pounds, I'm getting closer and closer to that 12, but I'm at a size 14. And for some of you gals, you might be thinking, well, that's still kind of big there, Dr. Carol, size 14. I'm like, well, you know what? This is the smallest I've been since I was in 8th grade. So please don't judge a book by its cover, and please don't judge someone else's journey. I'm just inviting you all into this experience of getting micronutrients to the cellular level, macronutrients to provide you with good calories that you need to help you get to where you want to go. And this is very transparent also. On the blue side, what I want you to see is it was not a straight down journey from over 315 pounds to now right at about 191 is what I weigh. And it's been up there. There's some jiggy jags in there. So I gained a little and then I lost a little and I gained a little and then I lost a little. And then I kind of had this another year of just really trending down. So stick with it. That's the bottom line. For the food addicts that are on the line, I understand. I totally am feeling your pain because I've been there. I've lived it. I continue to. But the good news is I never gave up. And my invitation to you is to never give up as well. So from 2014 to now, a total of 125 pounds lost. Again, I am all about, everybody knows I'm the hashtag progress, not perfection girl, because we don't need to do it perfectly. Juice Plus is smart and easy. The Complete is literally healthy, fast food. And what I believe about our Juice Plus products is that after 18 years in critical care and now 17 years as a naturopathic doctor, y'all, there is no prescription that can do for your body or no nutraceutical that can do for your body what concentrated whole foods from plants can do for you. It is optimal nutrition for our starving bodies. We're overfed and undernourished. It helps bridge the gap between what we know we should eat, but let's be honest, most of the time we don't. And even those of you who are flooding your body with fruits and vegetables, good for you. Guess what? More is better. So why not add some concentrated nutrition? I also like to say that Juice Plus helps to bridge what I refer to as the guilt gap. Because let's face it, most of us know we should be eating better. And I have such empathy for moms. I am not a mom. My husband and I didn't get married till I was over 40, so we do not have children. But I have seen so many family and friends just struggle with getting their kids to eat their fruits and vegetables. They're on the go. They're running from practice to practice, game to game, event to event. They drive through the drive-through, get them something to eat just to get some calories, and then they feel guilty because they haven't fixed them a nice home-cooked meal and provided them with the fruits and vegetables their bodies need. Juice Plus comes in a yummy gummy form as well, so kids can take a soft chew and the adults can have the capsule, and it is just such a win-win. I want to make it clear too that Juice Plus is not a magic bullet. We don't diagnose, prescribe, we're not treating or curing any specific conditions or any diseases. It's just good nutrition, affordable, convenient, scientifically proven, and it just makes sense. So as we close here tonight, I want to invite you into this scenario. What could your health look like 30 days from now? Even 10 days, quite frankly. 10 days, you'll get results. What about a year from now? 2, 3, 4 years? I'm 4.5 years into this. And literally, I have transformed from this woman who I honestly, it moves me to tears because I hardly even recognize that girl anymore, to who I am now. So my invitation to you is, if you are searching for that one person that will change your life, just take a look in the mirror. It starts with you. Self-responsibility. When I stopped blaming the obesity gene and blaming the way my mom cooked and blaming whoever and took responsibility, that's when everything changed for me. I love this quote from Simon Sinek, who wrote the book Start With Why. He says, what makes a movement strong is not the number of people willing to give money, but the number of people willing to believe there is hope. We are hope givers in this Juice Plus community. And I am so thankful that I not only said yes to the product January of 2001, but I also said yes to partnering with this company and becoming a Juice Plus representative, along with many of you on the line tonight. Thank you for saying yes. And if someone invited you, I invite you not only to start consuming Juice Plus capsules and maybe add the shakes and perhaps even try the Shred 10, but we are looking for like-minded people to lock arms with us. We are on a mission to make a difference together. It takes an army, it really does. And I want to share with you really, really quickly. You see the little statement at the bottom. I didn't build this business from thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in debt when I first started to debt-free living now, where we're free to give and free to go. And my husband and I were completely able to retire from our full-time jobs. I like to say that this community, this Juice Plus company built me. I am not physically, externally the same person I was in 2001. And my brain, the way I think, my thoughts, everything about me has literally transformed because I said yes to Juice Plus from a product standpoint and partnering with this company back in 2001. So I would invite you to consider that as well, to come on along, to join us in this healthy living revolution. We are taking healthy back one person at a time, and we would be so honored if you would be one of those people that would come and join us. Gretchen?
Oh, Carol, thank you so very much for sharing so honestly, and you're totally inspiring. And I love how humble you are and authentic. I am so happy that I started Juice Plus 15 years ago. It was bridging the guilt gap in my family for sure. It was really about knowing we could do better, but not knowing how to do better. So thank you all for getting on. And Carol, you've made our night by validating what many of us are doing, and of course helping others who are taking a first peek at this to understanding how powerful but how truly simple it really is when we're talking about whole food nutrition. So thanks everybody for being on.
You're very welcome. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you, Carol.
That was amazing.
Okay.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you, Carol.
Carol.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.